Groups and individuals act in certain ways that are very similar, and in other ways, they are vastly different, especially across racial and ethnic lines. Because you can be friends with someone easily from a different culture, from a different race, from a whole different world. And you can sit down with them and find commonalities, learn to talk a common language over time, and you can have a very satisfying and extended relationship with just any other person on the whole planet, as long as they're not, a serial killer, or as long as they're mentally stable and you're mentally stable, then you can have a relationship with anyone. But groups are different because groups have cultures. Groups have certain ways that they operate, not as individuals, but within themselves. And then if you have a different culture, they come up against each other because it's the operation. It's like if you were friends with someone else from a different culture and they actually got inside of you and changed everything about how you functioned and said, now you're going to follow my cultural rules. And you're like, well, I don't understand those. I know how to do my things. I know how we treat women and how we view this, that, and the other. I've learned it over however many years old I am, and I can't relearn all that so quickly. And that's what happens when you have two cultures next to each other, is they can be friends as long as they coexist, but once they start trying to become one, they find out that they're not one, that they're two different entities. Just like you and your friend can be friends and stay separate, but once you become one, like if you marry across cultural lines, that's a little bit closer to what we're talking about. And then you have to somehow meet in the middle, or else go all the way over to their culture and learn the other person's culture and just be part of that as best you can, or they come over to yours, or you have to work very hard and meet in the middle, and it's going to take a long time with two very committed people of equal power. And that's another thing you don't usually have. Usually you have a majority culture and a minority culture within it, and so the majority culture is so much stronger that it's not going to take the time to allow the minority culture the same power. And because a lot of things we do are just reflexive. So these are all sorts of things that we have to start looking at and realizing that just because you can be friends with people from different races and different cultures doesn't mean that the larger culture can all of a sudden, adapt and just like you can on an individual basis. It's a completely different game. And if we're going to get it fixed, we have to start looking at it honestly and reasonably.